Was there of being the accountant for Floyd Mayweather for a number of years. Just residences making 100, 200 grand here or there, $50,000 not going to affect. But for those large investors, obviously that's becoming very concerning, because if you've got a building, big mall or something else, it could be worth $100 million. All of a sudden you've got a $10 million profit on there that's now going to be taxed at 37 or 40 versus 20 to 24. Huge difference. So that's the biggest one people are keeping their eye on.
I mean, dang, Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, wow, y'all around here getting Rolexes, not paying for them. Man, y'all got stacks of money, owing jewelers money.
In a bombshell development shaking both the sports and financial worlds, Floyd Mayweather's personal accountant has come forward with explosive allegations regarding the boxing icon's money woes. According to The Insider, Mayweather is allegedly buried under a jaw-dropping $500 million in debt, a shocking contrast to his carefully cultivated image of boundless wealth. Long known for flaunting fleets of luxury cars, sprawling mansions, and a lavish lifestyle under the money persona, Mayweather's empire now appears to be crumbling behind the scenes. As the details surface, fans and financial experts alike are left questioning how one of the richest athletes in history could spiral into such a deep financial hole, and whether even more damaging revelations are still to come.
Doing there.
Money Mayweather. That's awesome. So you mentioned not to get in their lives. I have to tell this. I remember as I think I was a teen. Yeah, I was going to college. I didn't go all the way through, but the criminal justice teacher told us when you do your taxes, if you're dealing drugs, that you should end up putting your salesperson. I don't know about that firsthand, but I just remember
that's how it's classified.
He specifically said, he kind of looked at everybody, he's like, for those of you guys, it's a salesperson. It's like, all right, but no, man, I got asked. So Money Mayweather, what was that like? This is
Absolutely great experience. I've had a great time doing his work. Problem is as the manager goes, so does the CPA. So when he changed managers, we ended up getting kicked to the curb.
Accountant Dave Hall attributes Floyd Mayweather's looming financial collapse to reckless spending and a string of poorly planned investments. Despite raking in hundreds of millions through his legendary boxing career and various business ventures, Mayweather's relentless appetite for extravagance, from sprawling mansions to fleets of luxury cars, reportedly drained his fortune at an alarming rate. Adding to the crisis were high-risk investments made without sound financial guidance, many of which backfired and delivered little to no return, further deepening the boxer's financial troubles.
Okay, so Money Mayweather is jabbed by the IRS here. What happened? Well, he took a large S-corp deduction for legal expense. The merits of that didn't even matter because he missed his appeal deadline of denial. His accountants and lawyers screwed up, so the tax court said, hey, you were too late appealing this. You gotta pay us back all the tax plus penalties plus interest. Moral of the story, pay attention to the deadlines on the IRS letters. Really sad they didn't do it in this case, considering the armies of lawyers and accountants he has. So, pay attention, hit your deadlines on audit, otherwise you're gonna lose the appeal.
But he said the only thing I have to have as a billionaire, I gotta have a private jet. He was like, that's the best. He said that's the best main thing.
That's not what Warren Buffett got. Private jet. So me and Warren Buffett is sitting down like this in a dressing room one time, right before one of my fights, and I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him about, we're talking about jets. I'm talking about my jet. At that particular time, I think I had 2 jets at that time. The next thing you know, this man tell me he got, I think, 540 jets. You gotta think he owned net jets, if I'm not mistaken. So he had like 500 and some jets. So he really showing out.
Yeah.
So, but it's just that when you've been living this life for so long, I think it's normal, but when people go on social media, they post, and then when I post, they get mad.
Paul revealed that Floyd Mayweather, long viewed as a symbol of confidence and invincibility in the ring, privately grappled with deep personal struggles. Behind a facade of fame, fortune, and an unblemished boxing record, Mayweather faced emotional battles that were hidden from the public eye. His internal challenges shed light on the intense pressure and isolation that often accompany elite success. Despite his public image of dominance, Mayweather's story underscores that even the most celebrated athletes are not immune to emotional hardship.
but something that many people, it's public knowledge, not sharing anything that's not out there, but something many people don't realize is he suffered a lot through his life with depression, something that he's struggled with mentally. And with that, we saw some of the progress and growth that he went through, some of the struggles that he was facing, and to have a lot of respect for someone that goes out there and pushes it every day and tries to be a better person.
Yeah, I got. Did he have the $20,000 in sides at the restaurant, Wolf of Wall Street? Are they cure cancer?
Steve Morano, a former business associate of Floyd Mayweather, shed light on the factors contributing to the boxer's financial decline. Despite earning over $1 billion throughout his career, Morano pointed out that Mayweather's lavish spending habits may be rapidly eroding his fortune. He emphasized how easy it is to misjudge the longevity of wealth when faced with steep monthly expenses, taxes, and other obligations. Morano illustrated the risk by explaining that even someone earning $3 million annually could find themselves in financial trouble if they're spending $100,000 or more each month, leaving little room for real savings.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's top-ranked boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
In Floyd Mayweather's case, Steve Morano explained, his monthly expenses could easily soar into the millions. Between maintaining a fleet of luxury vehicles, multiple high-end properties, and handling substantial tax obligations, even a seemingly limitless fortune can begin to dwindle. Morano emphasized that despite Mayweather's reputation for immense wealth, unchecked spending without proper financial planning can place anyone, even a billionaire, at serious financial risk, especially when compounded by unexpected legal issues or business setbacks.
But he said the only thing I have to have as a billionaire, I gotta have a private jet. He was like, that's the best. He said that's the best main thing.
That's not what Warren Buffett got. Private jet. So me and Warren Buffett is sitting down like this in a dressing room one time, right before one of my fights, and I'm talking to him. You know, we're talking about jets. I'm talking about my jet. At that particular time, I think I had 2 jets at that time. The next thing you know, this man tell me he got, I think, 540 jets. I think he owned net jets, if I'm not mistaken. So he had like 500 and some jets. So he really showing out.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's just that when you've been living this life for so long, I think it's normal, you know. But you know, when people go on social media, they post, when I post, they get mad.
In a recent interview, Steve Morano provided new context surrounding Floyd Mayweather's extended stay in Dubai, revealing it was connected to a major business venture involving gold mining investments. This perspective challenges earlier claims made by Javonna Davis, who implied Mayweather was stranded in UAE over unpaid debts. According to Morano, Mayweather's time in Dubai was part of a calculated business strategy, not a sign of financial trouble.
Floyd in a minute. But, you know, I'm tight with his right-hand man, my man, S-Mac. I knew S-Mac for 25 years. I tried to call him and figure out what was good with it. He didn't get back to me yet. And I'm sure even if he did get back, he probably don't want to speak on it. Look, they got him over there. That's obvious. We know you've been there a month or whatever, and they say it's over some money. So Floyd got money, so he just better hope they don't take it legal. They saying that he owed some people money out there for the transaction that didn't go through, and he's supposed to get back that money. But out there it's different. The rules is different. It ain't like here where you got a civil court. So I don't know the rules. I don't know the regulations. So
Morano clarified that although Floyd Mayweather isn't officially incarcerated, his current circumstances in Dubai are troubling. Reports indicate that his passport has been confiscated, restricting his ability to leave the country until an ongoing financial dispute is settled. While Mayweather is not behind bars, this travel limitation effectively amounts to a form of detainment. Interestingly, despite the gravity of the situation, he's said to be residing in a 6-star luxury hotel and living in comfort. Still, the fact that he cannot leave will underscores the seriousness of the matter.
Kidnapped out there, they got Floyd Mayweather, like,
Well, I don't say kidnap,
Well-
but you know, you got your passport taken. You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so
okay.
he's out in a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're gonna watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, when you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like a billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very, as the world knows, he's
Steve